Oh, what it is, what it do though. Peace and love to all the guys and goddesses and the high vibrating species on the planet. What's happening? What's happening? What's busting out there, y'all, man? What y'all doing, man? What's up? What's up? Academates. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Welcome back to the channels. Welcome back to the channels. Hey, man, you know what I'm talking about? We vibe behind anything. It's litty in the city, though, for real, for real. You feel me? I hope y'all being safe out there, man, with all this bad weather, they like to call it. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, I figure sometimes it's actually nature doing her thing, and other times, well, you know, how the spirits go, you know. It gets more and more obvious as the days crumble, if you will. But I hope everybody doing good out there, though, you know what I'm saying? Welcome in. If you're new, welcome. Come on in. Grab a seat, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it's a chair around here somewhere, you know what I'm saying? It's a subscription button around here somewhere, you know what I'm talking about? You can, that thing, you know what I'm saying, which will be your chair, and come on in and join the crew. SCPs are what we do. Realm of the Monsters, you know what I'm talking about? Myself, Seven, and the Academates, and you know what I'm talking about? We run amok through these files. We are in and out the field, boots on the ground. We ain't playing with them at all. They send shadow laws out to us, you know what I'm saying? They got the shadow law, you know what I'm saying, trying to put the ban on us, but it's all good. It's all good. We're gonna push forward. Okay. When we got something to do, y'all, we got to do what we got to do. Okay, so we pushing forward. I mean, I'm just gonna say if it wasn't a truth or realism or, you know what I'm saying, non-fictional, we wouldn't be having this issue, right? If it was fiction, we wouldn't be having this. I mean, I'm just saying. So that's what we got going on, and we have an incorporated numerology with it. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, depending on the certain word that pops up, we bring etymology into it. We're going to bring everything into it because something's going on, okay? That's all I'm going to say. Something's going on, and we over here figuring it out. We've already did some cross-referencing and all the way down to the number now that we've incorporated numerology. So, you know, welcome. Today, in today's segment, excuse me, pardon me, we're back with SCP-Y, and we're up to number 15 now. This is in the endless deep. It's like a bottomless well right there, boy. And you know, it'll just keep going, endless. I doubt that's what we. Well, I don't know. You know what? Let me not doubt anything because I'm not a doubter. You know what I'm saying? I like to dig and get deep. You know what I'm saying? And figure out what's going on before I just toss up a judgment on something. Because everything ain't what it seems, and you know what I'm saying. The eyes definitely will play tricks on you when they play with your mind. You feel me? So that's why I say protect that mental, you know what I'm saying, at all times, at all costs. We do not force any beliefs over here other than the belief in doing your own due diligence. That's the disclaimer. Believe what you want. I would suggest that you do your own due diligence. And that's a suggestion. That's not me telling you to do anything. I just suggest. It's a recommendation. Disclaimer. And that's for you too. Disclaimer. You know how it go. If we find it, we see it, we're going to call it for what it is. Fair game. We see it, we going to call it for what it is. You know it's got to come out. We know it's got to come out. And we're here to do that. So just please, can we do our job while you do yours? Matter of fact, thanks. Okay, guys, let's move on. Welcome to class. Endless Deep, number 15. let's get that numerology busting, because we got 2 numbers to go through, and yeah, 6 just came out my mouth because I'm looking at it. So let's bust down the number 15 in its totality. And hit my lights. Okay, well that light might be might need to put the new batteries in that one. But anyways, let's get this. So we have the number 15 in numerology. All right, and for those that's into the tarot, you know what I'm saying, we do not discriminate over here. It's just, like I said, do your own due diligence. You know what I'm talking about? We have magic and mystery. Endless deep, definitely mystery. Okay? And another word for mystery is my story. Just like his story, history, his story, the mystery is my story. So you have his story, and then you have my story. Don't let that go over your head. His story, and then my story. Don't let it go over your head. It's going to come out. All right. And or combo equals 6. What's that say? Perfect human? I had staff write this. They wrote that extra day, man. They just, okay. Staff 010. Anyways, okay. Can be used to carry out life's purposes. Okay, the magic aspect of it, right? All right. The positives of the number 15 is adaptable, improvisationist. Okay. Harmonism, balanced, love of music, art, drama, strong magnetic personality. So if you vibing on the 15, born on the 15th, life path 15, which you would still have to break it down to a single digit to really, you know what I'm saying, boil your life path. But if you resonate with the number 15, or you're born on the 15th, that energy still is there. Okay, even though you're gonna get it to the 6, you still carry the energy of the 15 as well. So you can use both. All right, so for the negatives, we have lazy, jealous, careless, controlling, possessive, very suspicious, false sense of pride. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, moving on. The rulership. So 15 has a rulership over institutional buildings, hospitals, museums, bedrooms, fields, pastures, shelters, bunkers, art galleries, and health centers. And for the tarot, it's the devil's card. Used the magic wand wrong. Okay. All right. Now for that number 6. Number 6 represents divine balance of nature, as above, so below. 6-pointed star. The Merkaba. That's the 6-pointed star I got hanging off my earlobe over here. The Merkaba. The tarot is the Lover's card. The positives: dependable, loyal, balanced, outgoing, consistent, understanding, and forgiving. On the negative aspect, you have irresponsible, hard-headed, controlling, a gossiper, domestic tyrant, judgmental, interfering, doubting Thomas, cynical, dogmatic, complacent, and self-righteous. Okay? So if you fall into any of those negative aspects, let's get them back to the positive aspects so we can continue to vibe high in that green or better. Okay? Green light energy, green light energy, green light energy. And that's that. I thank you for your patience, and I hope you have what you need, because I do. And without further ado, we're about to get into what it is that we do. Bustin.
Item number SCP-Y-015. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. SCP-Y-015 is to be contained within a large, heavily reinforced aquatic life containment chamber measuring at least 80 meters in length, 60 meters in width, and 50 meters in height. The chamber walls must be constructed of non-permeable materials such as steel and reinforced concrete, and the chamber must be sealed with airtight measures to prevent SCP-Y-015 from traversing through solid objects. The containment chamber is equipped with multiple Scranton reality anchors, SRAs, placed at evenly spaced intervals. These SRAs are essential in preventing SCP-Y-015 from utilizing its anomalous ability to phase through matter. The SRAs create a stabilized reality field that negates SCP-Y-015's phasing capabilities. Due to an unknown interaction between SCP-Y-015 and the SRAs, a large area around SCP-Y-015 spontaneously produces ocean water at an alarming rate when within range of an SRA. To manage this, the water level in SCP-Y-015's containment chamber must be regularly monitored and reduced using high-capacity drainage systems to prevent overflow or structural damage to the containment chamber. Regular inspections of the containment chamber are to be conducted to ensure the structural integrity of the chamber and the operational status of the SRAs. Any presence of the slimy substance left by SCP-Y-015 must be promptly cleaned and disposed of according to biohazard protocols. This slimy substance has been identified as marine mucilage, commonly referred to as sea snot. Access to SCP-Y-015's containment area is restricted to personnel with Level 3 clearance or higher. All interactions with SCP-Y-015 must be authorized and supervised by at least 2 senior containment specialists. Description: SCP-Y-015 is a large, nightmarish entity resembling an anglerfish, measuring approximately 25 meters in length. It possesses a grotesque appearance, with multiple rows of razor-sharp teeth and bioluminescent features along its body. SCP-Y-015 exhibits anomalous abilities that allow it to traverse through air and solid objects with ease, unless countered by Scranton reality anchors, SRAs. The secondary anomalous feature of SCP-Y-015 is its esker, a fishing rod-like appendage located on its head. The esker is capable of generating illusory forms, often manifesting scenes depicting loved ones or individuals in imminent danger. These illusions serve as bait to lure unsuspecting prey toward SCP-Y-015's biting range. Furthermore, SCP-Y-015 can manipulate the illusions to create terrifying images or creatures, inducing fear in potential victims and compelling them to flee. The entity's ability to shift the location of the illusion makes it difficult for targets to discern whether they should approach or avoid the apparition. The entity leaves behind a slimy substance, resembling marine mucilage, commonly referred to as sea snot, on surfaces it has passed through, which serves as a potential indicator of its presence. Additional notes: SCP-Y-015 poses a significant challenge to containment due to its ability to manipulate perceptions and phase through solid matter. The integration of Scranton reality anchors has proven effective in restricting SCP-Y-015's phasing ability, though it has introduced the complication of spontaneous ocean water production. Research efforts are ongoing to better understand this interaction and to develop more efficient containment strategies. Personnel interacting with SCP-Y-015 are advised to exercise caution and remain vigilant at all times. Regular psychological evaluations are recommended for personnel exposed to SCP-Y-015's illusions to monitor for potential mental health impacts. Incident Report: SCP-Y-015-AL1, Discovery of SCP-Y-015. Date: June 1st, 2000. Location: City, China. Local law enforcement in stumbled upon a disturbing cult following an instance of SCP-Y-015. This SCP-Y-015 had established dominance over various influential figures within the city, including leaders of the Chinese triads, public officials, and heads of major conglomerates, effectively turning them into mindless servants of the cult. The cult was responsible for the creation of an immense underground ritual chamber where numerous citizens had been sacrificed in a series of ritualistic killings. These sacrifices appeared to be dedicated to some serpent or ocean deity, although the exact purpose remained unclear. Upon discovering the cult, local authorities were administered Class C amnestics to erase their memories of the events, and control of the situation was transferred to Director Knightley, who holds jurisdiction over matters involving SCP-Y1 and Provisional Reality Y1. MTF Zeta 0, Bad Bunch, was dispatched to investigate and neutralize the threat. Non-deformed humanoid members of MTF Zeta 0 conducted the preliminary investigation. They quickly noted the city's extreme and anomalous conditions. Strange ritualistic symbols were etched into buildings, perpetually producing marine mucilage. Spatial anomalies were creating random portals throughout the city, some of which led to fatal situations for unsuspecting civilians. Some portals transported civilians high up into the air, resulting in gravity-based fatalities, while some portals led partially into solid objects, like building walls and ground, leading to some civilians suffocating after being transported below the earth. Despite these anomalies, the citizens of the city seemed oblivious, going about their daily lives while ignoring the horrific scenes around them. Attempts to interview the civilians revealed that they only responded when physically impeded, speaking in a strange animalistic language consisting of guttural vocalizations rather than any human dialect. These findings indicated a deep and pervasive influence of the SCP-Y-015 instance over the city's population. The investigation led MTF Zeta 0 into the sewer system, ultimately reaching the underground ritual chamber. Here they found a massive floating sphere of water suspended above a floor covered in intricate runes and symbols, leaking marine mucilage. Piled atop the runes were the bodies of partially transformed humans, altered in ways that made them share qualities with various marine life, such as octopus-like faces or arms replaced with large fins, slowly melting into the same mucus-like substance that was being produced by the strange symbols. The mucus that was produced by the pile of bodies was slowly being absorbed into the large sphere of water in the center of the room. MTF Zeta 0 members who specialized in close-quarters combat proceeded into the chamber, neutralizing cultists who had been transformed with octopus-like tentacled mouths. Upon reaching a back room, they encountered the SCP-Y-015 instance responsible for the chaos. Wilbur Davis, designated upstream for his ability to breathe underwater and use echolocation, was tasked with activating a Scranton Reality Anchor, SRA, to neutralize SCP-Y-3's reality warping capabilities. As soon as Davis activated the SRA, the entire chamber and sewer system were instantly flooded with ocean water. The SCP-Y-015 instance managed to escape amidst the chaos, forcing the MTF Zeta 0 team to retreat to the surface. Wilbur Davis was sent back down to assess the situation in the flooded ritual chamber. He reported that the water sphere had disappeared, leaving only the remains of the disfigured marine-like humans floating in the water. Above ground, other Zeta 0 members observed an enormous anglerfish-like entity, later designated SCP-Y-015, swimming through the air, causing widespread destruction throughout. SCP-Y-015's appearance caused considerable damage and resulted in extensive civilian casualties. The civilians had been relieved of their anomalous control, now screaming and shouting due to the horror that their city had become. The entity moved through the air, using its bioluminescent esker to create illusions that lured and terrified people, exacerbating the chaos. MTF Zeta 0 members were spread thin, attempting to manage the situation and minimize further loss of life. Recognizing the dire situation, Wilbur Davis made a critical decision to act as bait for SCP-Y-015. He positioned himself directly in the entity's path and activated the Scranton Reality Anchor, SRA. The activation caused a significant area around SCP-Y-015 to produce copious amounts of ocean water, further flooding the already inundated city. During the confrontation, SCP-Y-015 collided with Wilbur Davis. Upon making physical contact with the entity, while the SRA was active, Davis vanished without a trace. His sudden disappearance was witnessed by the remaining Zeta-0 team members who were left to manage the escalating crisis. With Davis gone, the rest of the Zeta-0 team focused on containing SCP-Y-015 without making direct contact. Utilizing a mix of their anomalous abilities, they managed to guide the entity into a temporary containment chamber. The excessive production of ocean water complicated the containment process, causing further logistical challenges. After securing SCP-Y-015 in the temporary containment chamber, one of the Zeta-0 members noticed an unusual radio signal when in close proximity to the chamber. The signal was identified as a distress call from Wilbur Davis. The team established communication with Davis, who reported that he had been transported to a random location within a vast, dark ocean. Davis described his surroundings as an endless expanse of water, devoid of light. He noted that the initial air in his lungs had expelled and was floating in front of him, slowly dissolving into the ocean water. This observation supported his theory that he had been transported to an alternate reality entirely comprised of seawater. He further stated, "This doesn't feel like normal water," indicating a potential anomalous nature to the environment. Due to the anomalous nature of upstream, his suit had been outfitted with a specialized communication apparatus, allowing for verbal communication when submerged in water, as well as top-of-the-line waterproofed equipment for deep-sea exploration. Researcher Barnaby Oswald was on site as the designated specialist in anomalous containment measures. After Dr. Oswald confirmed that there was no malicious or negative anomalous effects coming from the radio or containment area around SCP-Y-015, he began to direct Wilbur Davis in an effort to return him to baseline reality. The following is a recording that details their interaction. Begin log.
This is Davis. I'm still here, Oz. Swimming through this endless ocean. It's been hours. Feels like days. But I finally found something. Feels like the ocean floor? Yeah.
Good to hear your voice, Davis. Stay within visual range of the ocean floor. Use it as a base point to track your movements. Can you describe your surroundings?
Yeah, I know the routine. It's dark. I can make out some shapes. The floor is covered in, well, it's like sand, but darker. It's a sort of carapace. I think that sounds like a technical term. It's probably a carapace, Oz. Or it's just a rock. I don't know. It's really dark here. I think I might have explained that part already. Wait. Whoa. I think I see something moving.
What do you see?
It's freaking huge, Oz. Looks like a slug with like colorful frills. It's almost pretty. Must be as big as an apartment building. The hell? What kind of place is this?
That's likely a nudibranch or similar form of sea slug. Just keep your distance. Some can be poisonous, but they generally don't pose a threat unless you touch them. I assume you can outswim a slug, Davis?
I don't think you really had to tell me to stay away from the apartment-sized snot creature. All right. Swimming along the ocean floor again.
Several hours pass, with occasional descriptions of the environment from Davis, typically repeating that it's dark, or sarcastically stating that it's wet.
Doc, I see something in the distance. It's forming up out of the seafloor, or partially broken into it, I don't know.
Be cautious in your approach, Davis. We don't want to draw any unwanted attention.
Understood. Getting closer, though. Almost happy to see something.
Dang, so.
Looks like a ship. Yeah, it's a massive wooden ship.
You in King Kong land. Everything extra big.
Looks like a Viking ship almost, but it's huge, Oz. What the hell? Like, massive. It's in bad shape, though. It's probably been down here for a while.
Find an entrance and describe what you see inside the ship. Be ready to retreat if there are any marine life using the ship as a nest.
Yeah, it's a hole in the side. I'll take a peek in through there. I see... Whoa. Wow, okay. There's giant... It looks like human skeletons almost, but they got 3 eye sockets. Certainly not visually impaired. Wearing old furred clothing. What do you think, Oz? I think I was right about that Viking era? Is this some 7th century stuff? Doesn't make sense, though. These are land-dwelling creatures, Oz. It's ships. Does this mean there's land somewhere? Do I actually have hope? Or is this just like one of those moments where yet another member of Zeta Zero gets eaten by something?
When you get back, perhaps we'll have a talk with Knightley about the mortality rate as it pertains to carnivorous anomalies. For the time being, though, we should stay focused on your current circumstances. It's possible the water here is anomalous, preventing air from escaping upward. There could be a surface, or the environment itself could be entirely different. We can't rule anything out.
Yeah, there's something else, too. There's one of these big old triple-I guys sitting at a table.
You know what? Let me pause this. Hey, I like this dude. You know what I'm saying? He ain't as rude as Robert, bruh. You feel me? Because Robert, the old a-hole for real, man. Couldn't no be tripping. He just straight cold with it. This bro right here, he extra cautious and he ain't even there. You know what I mean? He want Buddy to make it back with that intel. You know what I mean? He ain't trying to force no issues. He ain't trying to, hey, bro, you slide up in there, look, check it out, and, you know what I'm saying, get up out of there, you know what I'm saying, but be ready to dip, bro. No, not Robert. Get that ace in that hole, boy. Get in that A-hole. You get in there too, both of y'all get in there. And don't you come out without no information. It's like, hold up. Phone them. Like, wait. What is we doing again? Like, for real, what are we doing again? I mean, it's like I done watched my own oxygen come out my body in front of me in some dark, luminous water that don't feel like water. So that's got to be like this jelly water that I've been feeling around, huh? You know what I'm talking about? Like something in it. You know what I'm talking about? Feels real oily. Okay? We got like quadruple to the size life forms. You know what I mean? I don't want to see the sharks. I mean, if the slug's that big, no, I want to see the shark. We got I mean, jeez, man. It's almost like he's in another, I mean, of course he's in a different dimension, but it's almost like the same place, except on a higher frequency. That's what I'm thinking. With everything being as big as it is, what I'm looking at, the size that it is definitely on a higher frequency. And for this fish to be doing what it's doing, from water to floating in the air, which, I mean, the air is water, so, I mean, I definitely didn't rule that out as to be crazy. Once you get the science, I mean, it's cool. So I really wasn't tripping on that. I was just wondering whether or not it was a real fish-like entity, or was it like a spaceship that was cloaked as such? Because it's just, I seen it flap that person down there and they just, you know what I'm saying, just vanished. So it's like, dang. But anyways, let's continue. We're almost there. We're almost there.
In the back, I'm gonna take a peek. Looks like he's holding on to something large and metallic. Getting closer. Oz, there's a submarine here. Looks human sized too, but it's from our reality. It says, what does it say? USS Argonaut, SS-166. Oz, you got any idea what this is about?
Look that up.
That's a U.S. submarine from World War II, confirmed destroyed in action. It would have to be from an alternate reality or timeline than ours, as the Argonaut is verifiably destroyed. This is highly unusual. Keep exploring, Davis.
What I told you.
We need to understand more about this place.
Wait, lack of location is picking up something. Heartbeat? Or a pulse? It's coming from the ocean floor, Oz. Oh god, it's moving. Oh shit, the floor is moving, Oz.
My bad.
Stay calm, Davis. Describe what you're seeing. If you have to, use the ship
Hey, we
as a
about to say
barricade.
that at the same time.
And I'm taking a peek outside. There's
My bad.
two
I ain't even
colossal
thinking
eyes
with it
just
like
opened
that.
up, glowing in the dark. They're the eyes of a serpent, bigger than anything I've ever seen. They're looking directly at me. I can't
Not a
move.
good thing.
I can't
Yeah,
think.
Cavo.
I can hear its voice. It says it's awake now.
Uh-oh.
A new world calls. In time, all will be consumed by the deep.
My dad. Davis, look away from the eyes. Do you copy? Davis?
Controlling. Judgmental. Cynical.
I see you. Your guardians will fade into stardust. However, I never end. I am going now. All shall be consumed by the endless evil.
Davis, do you copy? Davis?
Oh,
Wilbur Davis encountered a series of anomalous and disturbing phenomena while exploring the ocean floor of an alternate reality. His final communication described a colossal serpent, which subsequently took control of his voice to deliver a threatening message. The radio signal then cut off, and further attempts to contact Davis were unsuccessful. The fate of Wilbur Davis remains unknown, and the nature of the serpent and its connection to SCP-Y-015 requires further investigation, although currently our primary theory is that SCP-Y-015 is serving as a surrogate portal to the deep, as referred to by the serpent during the audio log. This could be due to the fact that the ritual attempted in City was interrupted before it could finish, resulting in a flawed end product. Measures to further understand this particularly turbid SCP and the matters connected to it are underway, being conducted cautiously to avoid repeated incidents. This incident highlights the ever-present need to move carefully and swiftly when dealing with new anomalies, as well as raising the apparent concern of consumption-based mortality for Zeta Zero members. This will be considered for future operations, and improved hazard pay compensation has been submitted for review to the O5 Council. This is Director Knightley, signing off on an especially problematic report at Site Y1. It's important to stay up to date on all SCPs contained here, so Wilbur Davis can serve as a cautionary tale instead of a repeating occurrence. I eagerly look forward to having your audience in future reports.
Oh yeah, we be back. Oh, Cali Mace, boy, stop. You hear me? You hear me? You hear me? Hey man. So the fish thing over here feeding the snake. But you heard what he said. Make no mistake. If they can jump dimensions like that, he just waiting. He waiting for the waters to rise. And it's surprise, surprise. On that arse. On that arse. You know what I'm saying? On your arse. You feel me? It's gonna be on your arse. For real, for real. He coming up here to eat something. I mean, damn, everybody want to come up here and eat something. The aristocrats want to come out the caves and eat something. Everybody's trying to eat something. We got reptilians always trying to eat something. You feel me? Damn, boy. Everybody trying to eat somebody up here, bro. What in the fuck is going on? Man, what we gonna do about this cat that makes, you know what I'm saying? Y'all trying to get 8 out there, motherfucker. Because I ain't trying to get 8 around this bitch. For real. You feel me? We 7s, not 8. You feel me? So, I don't know what's going on with this. Other than get your snorkels and get your what you call them? The harpoon. Get your harpoon guns ready. It ain't gonna do you no justice. Ain't gonna do you no bit of good. You seen what happened? You got him got taken control of, just like in Independence Day. He put the thing around the tentacles. You know what I'm saying? The tentacles around his esophagus, around his vocal cords, and said, "Release me. Release me." But he had a more divine message for y'all ass. You know what I'm saying? He like, we coming up here and we gonna eat. Y'all gonna get drowned out by the endless deep, the water that ain't gonna stop. Y'all, you know the water went somewhere, right? Think about it. I want y'all to think about this now. Now, you know what I'm talking about? We got a lot of magic going on, and we definitely got some mystery going on. So, again, we have hit it on the number, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm just like, boy, stop. Very suspicious. You know what I mean? Careless. Like, I can't say they was too careless, but the thing is definitely controlling and possessing. He possessed the out of the old buddy in there. You know what I'm talking about? On everything. Let's see what else we actually pinpointed. Definitely divine. You just gotta understand. And then as above, so below. So he wasn't playing. So that's a higher dimension, lower dimension. And the dimensions are merging. That's why it's a whole bunch of weird stuff going on. Not to mention the sun is activating stuff. And no, we ain't talking global warming. We're talking, you know what I'm saying? It's real. It's bigger than global warming. That's putting it mildly, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? And then even on the 6th side, we got controlling twice. We had a domestic tyrant. Like, this thing was definitely going ham. You know what I'm saying? Judgmental. Looks like he's going to be, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely going to be time for judgment time, the way he's talking. Cynical. Self-righteous. Interfering. You know what I mean? Irresponsible. I mean, bro wasn't trying to be irresponsible, but I think it is a bit irresponsible. I mean, I think they're being irresponsible all around, to be honest with you, because they're dealing with stuff beyond their comprehension. And I mean, I get at times, you know what I'm saying, you got to figure things out, right? I get it, guys, I get it. But damn, bro, when it's beyond you, I don't think you ready to kung fu. You know what I'm saying? It's way, like, for real. Look what dude just got himself into. And what I tell y'all, I would hate to see the shark. He didn't run into the shark. He ran into something that probably ate the shark. And it was like, well, we ain't seen him again. Bro, I would be surprised if that thing kept him around just to use his voice. Just like any and every other body that went over there. He didn't see them. He didn't see nobody that was freshly got tapped on by a fish. He didn't see none of them people. He seen a huge slug. He seen a huge ship. He ran into a submarine. And then in the whole time, he was swimming above the snake. He's swimming surface level. Floor, and he's scaling the snake, literally. Damn, I don't want to see that thing. That's almost like, is that Leviathan? Because it's the different talks of the Leviathan. You feel me? Different talks of him, and it's like he could actually be Godzilla. I wouldn't. I wouldn't doubt it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I wouldn't put it like this, I wouldn't be surprised if the Leviathan was actually Godzilla, based on the description in the Bible. That description, and they said the king of pride. You know what I mean? What? And then we had what? False pride right here. Jealous, possessing, very suspicious, controlling. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, in tarot, it's the devil. It's the devil's card, but that don't necessarily. I mean, if you're into tarot, you know what I mean. That don't necessarily mean the devil. You know what I mean? It's like everything doesn't mean what the connotation that got placed on it. That's why it's good to do etymology with words. Some words you're using is not. It doesn't carry the weight of the energy. You know what I mean? It carries the old energy. Some words, a lot of words actually. You know what I'm saying? It carries that old energy, even though they try to change it up. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of things that you should do your due diligence on and get into as far as research is concerned. It's a rabbit hole. It's virtually impossible to get all of the information in all aspects and all levels on all the stuff that's been going on in one lifetime. But if you get enough of it, you can help yourself, definitely. You know what I mean? And that's why we're here for the most part, to be able to get this information, be able to utilize the information, help ourselves, because we see these people are not going to help us at all. I mean, I can't say you're helping me by putting out information and not telling me that, hey, this is what that is. You know what I'm saying? You're not helping. You want me to conceptualize, like, bro, get the fuck. How is that helping? That's not. So you're not trying to help me. You just know that by galactic law that you have to show us what's going on. You have to. And you know, a lot of people go along with it, and you put that blood on your hands when you do stuff like that. You know what I mean? But they're not going to tell you that either, because the information's out here. You have to do your own due diligence. You know what I'm saying? Blessed is he who reads. So we like to read, and we read a lot of books. And sometimes we'll read the book for the kicks. You know what I'm saying? And end up running into some real life information, life-changing information, to be in fact. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to be exact. So, yeah, that's why I implore you to do your own due diligence. You know what I'm saying? Get your dibs on. You know what I'm saying? Using discernment, intuition. You know what I'm saying? And when you put them together, you know what I'm talking about. You'll get it. You'll get it. With the due diligence. You know what I'm saying? So, keep the oil with you. You know what I mean? Operate in love, divine love, that is, divinely. You know what I mean? And keep your head on a swivel, y'all. Watch out for these portals. Because obviously people were getting dead like damn, like how Apocalypse did, bro, with the sand. I mean, bro. Is it? Now you feel it. Now you feel it. Oh, you feel me? So imagine that, walking through a dang, a mini portal or something that this thing then traveled through. So obviously it left the field open. You know what I mean? So the places that it's touching, that's in basically a live portal, and you may not make it to the other side to pass through like he did, because you're not on that frequency. So you can step through this thing and get stuck right there in the wall. That's crazy. But we've seen it. It's already been put in your face. And I just called out one of the times it was put in your face. The X-Men Apocalypse. What Apocalypse did when he... I'm sure you done saw it in a couple animes. If you're an anime guy like myself, or an anime guy like myself, you know what I mean? You feel me? So I'm sure y'all done saw this. We just need to fire up them neurons up there, you know what I'm saying? Get them going when we watching this stuff and be like, oh man, I ain't even think of that. Like, that's the comparisons. Like, that's when you know that they know that it's something up. I mean, then y'all went and put shadow law on me, so what the hell am I finna bite my tongue for? You feel me? Y'all sent the laws at me, so shit, we gonna talk our spit. You feel me? So, until then, Academates, keep your head on that swivel. You know what I mean? Don't forget to keep yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally protected, and do not let this world drive you crazy. Because I believe something like that would drive you crazy. Man, did y'all see how the thing had the whole town just on lock? Just like stuff just going on and they didn't even know it. Because this thing just took over. That's why I tell you, protect them thing right there, man. They get that, they got this. Remember that. Damn your body. I got your body if I got your mind. If I can get this right here, I got the whole suit. Don't matter. It's like they can do anything to the avatar they want. But once they get that mind, they can have that avatar do anything they want. Think about it. Peace.